My name is Elissa Damas, and I would define fear as something that holds you back and keeps you from taking risks.
Hi, my name's Peregrine. I'd say my definition of fear is when you just get really scared and you don't know what's going to happen and you honestly don't know what to do.
My definition of fear is probably, I don't know.
I would define fear as that feeling that you get like in your heart. You just like, it's kind of like a stop or like a flutter of some kind, and it kind of just makes you breathe differently.
My definition of fear is something that makes you scared.
Okay, so one of my biggest fears is birds. And that's because when I was 10 and I was at the zoo, a peacock jumped on my head while I was waiting for my parents at the bathroom. So, yeah.
I just don't like the feeling of like having my stomach clear up in my chest. I don't know, that's just not something that I would rather have to feel.
I'd say my biggest fear is losing everything and being alone. I've struggled with different mental illnesses throughout my life. Depression is a really big one. And my childhood, I didn't really have many friends, so I was alone most of the time. And then we moved to North Platte, and then I had a lot of friends. I'm like, I absolutely love my friends. And then I'm like, what would happen if I were to lose all my friends? I'd be alone.
My biggest fear is stingrays, or are stingrays, because I got bit last year. I don't know if you can see that. But I was trying to feed a stingray in the ocean, and it bit my leg. It was the most terrifying thing that's ever happened in my life. I thought I was gonna die.
Okay, I think mainly my biggest fear is like really tight places, because when I was little, you know how like in elementary school kids will make a train in a tube slide? I did that. My brother refused to slide down, so I was stuck in there for a really long time, and since then I don't like really tight spaces.
Biggest fear is cows. And I'm just scared of cows because my friend has cows, and whenever I go out to his farm, we go out late at night and the noises that they make are really scary.
I think my biggest fear is like to lose my family or friends. It's like when I was little, my sister left me home alone when she went out to a party with some friends, and I was home for like 10 minutes, half an hour by myself, not knowing what to do.
I'm scared of snakes. I don't know why. I've just always been scared of them. They really creep me out. Even if it's a very small garter snake, while I'm in my car, I still freak out. So
I cope with my fears best by taking a step back and recognizing when my anxiety is getting in the way of myself and trying to identify what's irrational and what's rational. I also just write it down.
I cope with my fears by leaning on the people around me, my friends, my family, my support system, just to get through a tough time.
Usually what happens is I'll usually call one of my friends, or I'll text them, and they're like, you're not alone, you have me, you have other people, we all love you. And it's definitely a really big help. And then I start to realize I'm not alone. There are other people, and there are people who care and who love me.